one vital fact I would like to submit.
Sick. Well, hello, my friends. Hope everyone is doing well on this wonderful Tuesday night. Hopefully staying safe and sane. You know what I'm saying? My name is AJ, one half of this wonderful dynamic duo. And it is my honor, as usual, to welcome you to the Poiema Studio podcast. And before we introduce our amazing, wonderful guest tonight, let me introduce my amazing co-host.
Thank you, AJ. Yes, thank you, everyone, for tuning in again Tuesday night here at Poiema Studio. Again, our podcast bringing mental health awareness, and our end goal is mission, and our end mission is suicide prevention. So,
as always,
yeah, thanks for chiming in. Remember to let us know what you guys think about these conversations. Share this video. Today, we're gonna talk about mental health for a small business owner, and this is where I introduce my wonderful friend and guest. And thank you so much for being here and just accepting the invitation to be here. So introduce yourself, tell us what you do, and then we go from there.
Well, thank you, first off, for having me, for inviting me. And most of all, thank God, because God has really placed us, in each other's lives. So I am so grateful for that.
Yes.
And so my name's Ana, guys. And I actually, I'm co-owner with my husband from Breakfast Urbano down in Dream Hall.
Yes.
And so that's what we do right now.
Yeah, what's Breakfast Urbano, though?
Okay, so Breakfast Urbano is breakfast with a twist of Veracruzano taste. Sabor Veracruzano. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, so you get like the Mexican side of breakfast, but,
Yes, that's awesome.
So, that's really what we do, which is funny because we really were not doing breakfast when we were doing food stuff. So it's definitely something new.
Yeah. So what started this whole journey? And that was one thing that I wanted to share, because I saw a post, and apart from like kind of talking, we met, and you were sharing about your whole journey, about how you started. And, we opened up the studio a couple months ago, and I could tell you it's not an easy journey to have a new idea, to start with something new. So share a little bit about how that started, what got you into the food industry, and was this your idea, his idea? Tell us more about that.
Definitely not my idea. Okay, guys, I don't even cook. Let's start with that. I do not.
Wow.
Fun fact, I told my husband when we met, I was like, dude, I don't know if this is going to be a deal breaker, but I don't cook. And he was like, no, honey, I got you. I cook. So
Awesome.
So he's always been like the cook in our relationship. So I've been like not the cook.
Okay.
But really, my husband always worked in like restaurant business.
Okay.
So he's very familiar with it. He's been doing it for a while. And I was like doing something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing financial services. So food was not even in my radar whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody, went through it, through the emotions and whatnot. But I do not say this lightly, but I mean, COVID really pushed us to like do something with ourselves. Yeah. I feel like we were like on that daily routine. Yeah. And I just was like, God, because, let me tell y'all, God is my CEO, okay?
Awesome.
So I decided that I was just going to start putting God in like the middle of our relationship, our family, our business, and everything that we did. And I just said, God, if you have something for us, like, you're going to pave the way, And so he sure did. When COVID hit, like, hours were reduced. He worked at a country club. So obviously people are not going to their memberships. True. So what's going to happen? Like, they're going to shut it down. So that's really what happened. They started closing off, and we really weren't working. We're like, well, our money's going to run out eventually,
Yeah.
And so I was just telling her, Gabby, a little bit ago, that my family was like, because we do taquizas for like family, like in the summer.
Oh, God.
We need to bring some taquiza to Poiema.
Yeah. And so we do taquizas, and we do like for the holidays, we would do catering, but that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just like, my family was like, oh, you should do some tacos. This was like last year in July. We do taquiza. at our apartment and we burned the stove tops off.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was so much activity that it was like, okay, the stove was like, we're done. And so, like, that kind of pushed us to, like, look at each other and say, well, this is obviously something that could possibly go somewhere. We have a huge support system, like family be shouting us out, like, come check them out. They love our food. So I felt like that was God's way of telling us, like, you guys got something, let's go. Yes. So I kind of pushed my husband. I was like, hey, like, we should look into a shared kitchen. I've heard of this thing before. It doesn't hurt to go check it out. Let's just go.
Yeah.
So we go, I set up an appointment and we come check it out. And we get to the parking lot and I'm like, man, this guy has a lot of requirements to do this. Like, maybe we're not fit for it. You know, the enemy right away trying to attack you in your mind. Whew. So I was like, maybe this is not for us. And he was like, no. Ya, me trajiste hasta acá. So I'm like, oh, all right. So I'm like, let's go. So we got off and we went in and we just did a tour. And the guy was like super nice. He's like, hey, just give it a shot. Do tacos here. And he's like, I only have a Wednesday. We're like, Wednesday? Who's going to want Wednesday? Everybody goes for Taco Tuesdays. So, true. But thank God he gave us a shot.
That's awesome.
We did tacos. We had so much people show out. It was ridiculous. We were so blessed. And the guy was like, you know, like, you guys
have something.
Yeah, you guys got something, right?
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
Wow.
And
so in the middle of COVID.
In the middle of COVID. This is like September of last year. Wow. So, yeah. So, I mean, it was still like mask up, everything, you know?
We were still in it. We were in the stuff.
Yeah, we were still like in the middle of everything.
We was rolling in the mud, you know what I'm saying?
You got it.
In the thick of it.
Yes.
yes.
So yeah, so we were like, it was rough. And so the owner of Dream Hall was like, hey, like, we need some breakfast. Like, downtown really doesn't have a lot of breakfast options. Like, would you guys be open, you know, to doing some breakfast? And like I said, my husband worked at a country club, so he had some knowledge, background. And, you know, he was like, well, we're not really working. So, yeah, we'll try like maybe one day because we still had jobs.
Okay.
And so we tried it for like a day and we're like, it's all right. And then he was like, are you sure you guys are not able to do more days? And it was like, no, not really. So then what happens? God is like, no, we're going to make it happen. So my husband gets laid off.
Oh, wow.
Like literally days after that conversation.
Wow.
He gets laid off and we're just kind of pushed to just go on and try it. And here we are.
Wow.
We just went for it. God really like has been through it all. It has not been easy. It's been definitely a crazy roller coaster. Mental wise, strength, courage, knowledge, everything's been like a lot. You know, you have to learn so much. But we're so grateful that we got the opportunity and we're doing really great. So we're so lucky and blessed, honestly.
Yes. Yeah, and the food is amazing. It's delicious. And I saw you got some new fancy plates today. I was over there having awesome breakfast. So
authentic, girl.
Yes, definitely. I love it. And, you know, I love your energy. I'm sure, you know, your husband feels so supported by you because, you know, like you're saying, you never even cooked. It's almost like you were that support system he needed. And it's so awesome to see how the teamwork, you know, is working for you guys. But what was the hardest part about, you know, starting this together? Like, what advice would you give to maybe a small business owner, a couple maybe in the relationship? How do you overcome these struggles, or you know what you know? Share the advice, you know, the encouragement.
For sure. It's not for the weak, that's for sure. Like when you're in a relationship, it already takes a lot of work. You know, it's a daily grind with your partner. Like there's always something new you learn from your partner. Now let's add a business building together. Whew, you know what that means? Finances.
Yeah.
Money do not mix well with relationships.
And you know what? And that's something that I've learned. And it's like, money is not you know how you heard that saying, like, money is the root of all evil?
It really isn't.
But it's not. It's the lack of money.
Yes.
Because, you know, like, I'm not saying, like, I don't want to have money because I'd be lying to you. Because you know what? I'd rather be crying in my Benz about my, you know, whatever situation's going on. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But I think about, like, there's so much potential that my husband had. And I just, like, we got to do something with it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, and partnerships are no joke. Mm-hmm. So the hardest thing has been, like, I'm very... like, I'm not saying I'm like the leader, but I do like to, I'm headstrong. You know what I mean? And when it came to this, I was like, you handle the kitchen, I handle the front, I do this stuff, you know? But we were working, like, it was just me and him.
Wow.
Like, we were the only staff. So when there was a lot of tickets, he's like, it's hot, we have tickets. And I'm like running, passing waters like crazy. And you just want to, like, go at each other's throat.
I bet.
You know, but it's like, you gotta think, and, like, honestly, again, God, I pray, I'm like, give me patience, because it's rough out here.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but having a partner that is going to communicate with you, that is going to be open to seeing your point of view as well, even if you're not right. But I can't say that my husband's not a great partner, because he really does. Because I'm like the tornado and he's the calm. Straight up.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, if I was, like, agitated, he would be the calm. And then if he was agitated, I try to be the calm. Why? Because it doesn't help if we're both going at it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
And on top of it, you have 2 small children too. So the mother
She's
like, I didn't talk about that part. That's episode 2.
Girl, I was just talking about partnerships. Now we bringing in the whole family. Girl, have to go home and do laundry. You already know.
Yes.
The mommy duties do not go away.
Yeah, they don't
They
stop.
don't. You know, so you're right. It is a lot. Sometimes, like, I just can't do it. It's so overwhelming. Everything. I just shut off. And it's so hard. But you know what? Again, my husband, he knows. And he's one of those persons that, what's wrong? Because he knows. Because I'm usually very, like, bubbly, social. And when I'm just, like, quiet, something's not right.
Yeah.
But that's my way of, like, shutting myself down. Because I know that I'm, like, at this point where I'm not okay. And if I say something, it might be hurtful and it's not okay for others. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good self-awareness, which is very important, you know, and in cultivating healthy relationships and, you know, maintaining your own sanity. Like AJ says, it's self-awareness and understanding, like, what triggers or, like, what reactions you have. So that is super beautiful that you guys have, like, learned to acknowledge those things and kind of level each other out, you know, because I'm sure it's got to be really hard, but obviously you guys are making it for sure. Yeah. And it's I mean, it's been a couple months, but I see the progress. I see what you're doing, you know. And I think that one thing I really like about you, there's a lot of things I like about you.
Thank you.
Is that you're so vulnerable in your social media. Like, you share about, you know, your journey, which is, you know, I think it's very important. So for so many people out there, you know, seeing this, and leave us a comment if you embarked the journey of discovery or whatever, not during COVID, and here you are, you know, doing it. But sometimes we're so afraid of starting something new, of doing what you really want, of seeking, like, that journey of purpose in your life, because you're afraid. We're talking about fear of the unknown, yet here you are, you know, making it. And I know you're going to be, you know, even bigger. Maybe one day you're going to have your own place, you know. Yeah. I believe it. But yeah, I applaud you for being the partner that you are. And obviously, you know, with your children, you know, it's not easy, but it's doable. And so
100%.
I was like, let me bring her in so she could share her story, because it's so easy to just be in the comfort zone sometimes. And
it really truly is. I think a lot of times we're, you know, we live in that what's the word? Comfort, you know, like, we're used to it. We don't, like, if we know that if we change, it's like, but what if we don't like it? But what if you do?
What
you know?
you do?
And I worked in a nursing home for 15 years. And leaving, I was like, I wasn't, like, I just, like, it was like a toxic thing, Like I wanted to stay, but I was so toxic being there. Like I needed change. Like I was like a little fish in a little bowl. Like I was like, wait, like I needed something big. And so I just like took that leap of faith. Like I was like, you know, I trusted in God and knew that he was going to place everything perfectly for me. And I have no complaints.
No complaints.
You
That's
know,
awesome.
but I do think like a lot of times we're just so scared to just trust the process. And I think, like you said, me being vulnerable, like on social media, I feel like a lot of people get to see the glory, but not the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody,
Yeah.
you know, because everybody sees, oh my God, they're doing so good. Oh, look how much they're growing. But like deep down inside, I'm like, fudge, like, oh my gosh, like I'm so like exhausted mentally. Like I don't know where to go anymore. And like you see me and I have a great smile because I know better. That's something that it's a battle you fight within yourself, you know?
Yes.
But
for sure.
but yeah, but I'm all about like letting people know like it's no joke out here in these streets. You know what
It's
I
real in
mean?
these streets, you know what I'm saying?
It is, and I think people need to see like
No pun intended, but if you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen.
period.
You know what I'm saying?
But no, like people just think like, oh, I want to be like a successful person. It's just gonna come out like on your first day of trying. It's like, no, you gotta go through the no's, you gotta go through the tears, you gotta go through the hard late nights, no sleep, you know, all day working. I haven't even gotten home, guys.
Yeah. She was
Okay?
supposed to wear a flannel. She's like, I got my flannel.
I haven't even made it home.
She was like, I didn't make it to wear the flannel. I'm like, it's okay, girl. I just want you to share your story and
That's
share
dedication right there.
real
That's what I'm
realness.
saying.
Real dedication.
But that's
Yes.
what I'm saying. Like everybody sees the glory, and this is the story here with you guys, letting you know,
Yes.
literally have not made it home.
Yeah.
But it's like that's what it is to be an entrepreneur, and it's not easy, but it's doable. I have two
doable.
kids
Yes.
and a whole husband. So you know,
Not half.
not have
Hey,
a
we
whole
need to
husband.
bring
The
him
whole
on
thing.
episode 2.
Right, Spanish
Bring the
edition.
whole husband,
Spanish
you know what I'm saying?
edition,
Don't
yes.
be half of the man.
Yeah. No, and I think it's great because like, you know, the whole mental awareness, I know he goes through that same too.
Yeah.
You know, I know it gets hard for him. He's dealing with a lot of people. He's dealing with me. That's enough. You know,
Yes.
and so it's good to have a partner where we can communicate and be each other there, like calmness.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that, you know, we like to talk about in this podcast is men's mental health awareness, because we don't give enough credit to the men that, you know, are, you know, going through things. And a lot of times, like we said, the stigma of what men don't share and that how they don't communicate. So it's beautiful to know that he has a partner that he can communicate with and be open with, you know. So I think it's an awesome example of, you know, making it through together. Because, like, you know,
Amen.
I know one of your passions, and you said, was finances.
Yeah.
You're going to go get your broker license, and
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yes, claiming it, guys, for sure. I took a pause right now to jump in like 100% full force with my husband. I literally left my goals and dreams on pause to help his, because I know that we're both working to build a legacy for our children, to
Yes,
break
amen.
generational curses that, you know, like our family like has been wanting to do. But I told them it stops here.
Yes.
It's not going forward for my
Preach.
kids. No, girl.
Yes.
I could go crazy on this topic because I feel like nobody understands, like, why wouldn't you want to fight so hard for, well, my why is them, my children.
Yes.
That's why I work so hard. That's why I do late nights for them, to change our generation.
Yeah.
You know?
So, and then the thing is, like, finances, like you were, like, that's like number one reason for a lot of suicide completions. And so, you know, I hope that you can continue your journey and, you know, becoming a financial health like advisor for other families too. And now you have the experience of starting a business and what it takes to financially kick that off. And, you know, hopefully next time we have you on the podcast, you're going to be doing something for your own dream and goals. I believe it.
Yes.
But, you know, I applaud you for being there
Thank
for your
you.
husband and for your family, you know, like you're
Yeah.
saying, changing the legacy.
And not giving up. That's impressive.
Yeah, and I think we gotta be a like an example, role models for our Latino community, because our
Shout out.
Latinos need to stand up. And you know what I'm saying? They need to
Yes.
stand up and realize, like, it's possible. We can do something. You don't need, a paper does not define you, you know? And so we can get crazy on this topic too, but
Episode 3.
girl, we got some episodes going on now.
Yes, we do.
Make a whole series about it. You know what I'm saying?
We got a whole,
Yes.
right, we got a whole series,
whole
Latino
TV
community
series.
over here.
Yes,
Latino
but-
series. It's called
But that's what I'm
Latino.
saying, like with the finances, like that is my main goal. Like when I learned about that, I was like, my Latinos need to know this because they don't. You
Yes.
know,
We never were taught that.
We
I mean, not
weren't.
even Latinos.
Yeah,
like,
we
when I
weren't.
graduated from high school here and all that, and I'm like, I don't remember being taught any of the stuff
No.
that we were up there doing a women's financial like
Yes,
course, which
remember
was
that?
awesome. I want to continue doing that because I think a lot of women, you know, like you're saying, even though you have your husband, a lot of women are, you know, a very strong partner in relationships, and so I really think that you have something there, you know, working with women and empowering women to you know, be that breakthrough in their families as well.
Yeah, and just be that example of Latinos and partnerships, like, si se puede, you know what I
Se
mean?
puede,
Si
yes.
se puede, like, you guys can do it together. It's not easy, but man, like, you got a partner.
Yes.
You got two, you know, you can go
Yeah.
faster. You've got two brains,
Yes.
you know, so you guys should be working double,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and so many women out there that don't have a partner too, you know, to you know, acknowledge that it is hard and that you have to go through the struggle to make it, you know, that it's not going to be easy. And you have to, you know, find ways that you can self-care, you know, whatever.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, but like, you know, having a partnership, I learned this in the financial industry because we encourage partnerships, and one of the things is, like, it doesn't have to be your actual partner. It could be, in your case, like, you got your crew.
Yes, my crew.
Shout
That's your
The Poiema
partnership.
crew.
Hello, crew right here. That's your
Yes,
partnership right here.
yes.
They're your ride or die. They're
Yeah.
here with you. And I'm sure you have your days when you're just like, you can't
Oh, yes,
deal
I
with
do.
life. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah, I'm
like,
like, where are my keys? And they're like, you know, and they already know me, and I
and
know
I'm
them
sure
too.
they're like, I got you right here.
Yes.
There they
Oh
are.
my gosh. Yes.
So it doesn't have to be necessarily your partner. It could be your best friend. It could be your mom. It could be your sister, whatever. But you find someone that is like your rock.
Yes, yes. I love that. I'm so glad that you mentioned that because it is being around the right people, you know?
100%.
Yes. AJ, you're part of this episode. I feel like I'm doing all the
always
talking.
a part of this. I'm just enjoying
What
the
are,
conversation
what are your
more so than
questions for
anything else.
Anna? Let's
Yes,
see.
I was
me.
listening. I was just enjoying it because I was like, wow, this is impressive. You know what I'm
You need to
saying?
come have breakfast.
Oh, I was
Yes.
gonna ask. I was like, wait,
Y'all need to come. Wait,
no,
you did come see me, right? Yeah, I know.
no, I haven't though. I was like, y'all went food without me. I was like, the disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
You were sleeping or relaxing. I don't
I
know.
was probably working actually. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
hard worker.
Gotta get that bread.
Yes.
That
yes, yes,
cheese.
yes.
But
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, I feel like you've probably gone over it, but I think something that I want to hear again is like, what lessons have you taken away from your journey? You know, like what important lessons have you taken from starting a business? You know, that you probably can implement in other places besides a business. You know,
Yeah.
like in life in general. So like,
For sure. I think in general, I'm sure y'all can agree with me, but putting God 1st. Putting God first has been the most essential thing to my life. Because it's like you have so much anxiety thinking like, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to go through this? How am I going to get this? How am I going to call this? That it's like when, number 2, prayer. When you pray and you just like literally, it's so crazy when you just let it out. Just let it out and like you leave it to God and you just like literally leave it. It's like you just get like something lifted off of you. So to me, those are the 2 big things that to me I could take away that has helped me with my growth. Because even when I go through things with my husband, it's like, God, Jesus, take the wheel. I need some strength, some patience, and I pray about it. And it's like, I'm not even praying like, Lord Jesus, get him to calm down. No, it's like,
you said, Lord Jesus, get your man's. Get your man's right
your
now.
mans
I don't know what
because-
he doing, but you
Hold
need
it
to get him. You said, get that man.
it's like, God, how can I be a better partner to understand him?
Awesome.
So it's all about
Awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's just so essential for anybody. You know, I don't know what everybody believes in, but what I believe in, the one and only. And to me, that has really been like the biggest thing that has helped me get through, you know, rough times.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's beautiful.
Thanks.
Now I need to ask.
Yeah.
What do you do in the sense to kind of, besides prayer and things of that nature, to kind of like detach, you know, from your work and kind of rebuild yourself? Because I know implementing like all your time and energy into this, like it takes away a lot. And we're social beings and beings that need to focus also on our own mental health, you know, and you giving so much to your husband. How do you find ways to like
how do you
take care of
decompose?
yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, so honestly, just shutting the door in the shower and just not letting anybody in. No, I'm just joking. No, I mean, yeah, it's really, really hard to have some time to myself. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, it's really hard to get those minutes in. You know, if I either don't wake up early, like, I'm not kidding, like 5 a.m. and get that time to like just to myself, to either journal. That's a huge one. Just journal and just be by myself. At least 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
I can use
Because
like
it's
5 hours.
man, me too. But you know, I'm a mom, so you're so right. Like, it's so hard to get that time in, but the best time for me is like in the morning, just taking a long shower. My kids are like, I'm still in there, guys. You know, like, let me be. You know, my daughter knows. I'm like, I need 5. And she's like, all right. And she'll take care of my son. She'll be in there like, come on, son, let's watch something. Mom needs a little break.
That's awesome.
So honestly, kudos to my baby.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
That's
man,
awesome.
yeah, she helps me like take 5. So I appreciate that from
And
her.
sometimes you need to take 5, 10 times.
You do.
Yes. That's
She won't let me
awesome.
take 10 times.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's good. That also shows communication, because you said communication with your partner. But I think also communication with your family in general is key. Anybody in your life, you know, people that you involve yourself with, if you don't communicate, how do you expect them to understand you or for them to be a part of your life? So I think that's beautiful. Another representation of good communication and what it could bring, you know, to benefit your life
In general.
general. And then, gosh, I feel like there's so many questions we could ask. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, we could be here all night,
I
but
was
you
gonna
know.
ask, what's your favorite thing on the menu? Because I'm trying to go over there.
Yes.
All right, so
I'm
my favorite
starving.
Good question. Good
Hasta
question.
mañana, though.
Oh, yeah, it's a little too late for that. But
a little too late
I'm
for breakfast.
planning on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you guys definitely come check us out at Breakfast Urbano. My favorite thing on there is everything, obviously, but the breakfast box, I think it's my fave.
Yes.
Ooh.
I know it's so like naughty.
It's a little taste of everything, though.
Yo, wow.
But it's a taste of everything.
Yes.
It really is.
What are the pancake rolls?
Yeah, so the
Those
pancake
rolls are amazing.
exquisitos.
Yes.
Yeah, they're so good.
All right,
Yeah.
maybe this was a bad question to ask.
It's
I'm
a naughty
starving.
Now you're going to be like, oh, I want to eat.
Now I'm like watering over here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What? Oh,
Well,
yeah.
pancakes,
Yes.
bananas, Nutella.
What are those called? The picaditas? Or
Yeah, so the picaditas are that's like a different word for sopes, but
Ooh.
Oh yeah, those are so delicious.
Again, this conversation is getting me to the point.
you asked.
of
Yes.
detrimentalness.
We answer.
It's
So
detrimental.
Breakfast Urbano's in Downtown Elgin
Yes.
at Dream Hub, right?
Oh,
Yes,
please.
inside
Everybody
Dream
go-
Hall.
Dream Hall.
Everybody
yes.
go support, please.
Yes,
'Cause
from
I'm about
8
to go
to 2.
support like
Mañana.
maybe a little too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
8 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's
Yes.
right.
Write it in your calendar.
And now we're on Uber and Grubhub, so now y'all can get it delivered. I mean, you right across, but
Yeah, we're right across, so we won't get an Uber, but for everyone out there,
come
that,
say hi.
we'll show our
Yes.
faces.
Oh yeah, I do, and sometimes I see you, I'm like, hey girl, like
Oh,
it
on
almost
the
feels like
streets, I
Mexico,
know.
right? Like, comadre, ¿cómo estás?
Easy out here. That's what I love it about here. That's
Yes.
what I love it because I see everybody, and it's like we're building a community. I love it.
Yes, that's why I was like, girl, come over here and share
Yeah,
your
I love
story,
it.
and tell us how we can support you. And the way we can support you is by sharing your story and sharing to people where you're at. And I guarantee you will love the food. So,
But yeah,
again, thank you so much for coming, even if you haven't gone home and done your thing. But I wish you the best. I know God's gonna continue blessing your family, and we'll continue supporting you in any way that we can. And so, thanks for being vulnerable and just
thank
staying
you.
here and like not making it about you.
Kind of.
I mean, like in the sense that you're like, you know, who cares if I haven't gone home to change or whatnot? I'm here to support.
That's right.
So thanks for the support to us as well, you know, for coming and accepting our invitation.
No, I appreciate you guys for real.
Yeah, thank you. So like, you know, we said there's more to talk about. One question that
As
we do
always.
ask our guests is, if you could give advice to someone in high school, to your younger self, what would that be?
I would have to say live life. Don't have any regrets. Don't wait for tomorrow. If you want to play volleyball, do it. If you want to run, do it. If you want to drive a car, do it. If you want to go to the dance,
Well, maybe
Maybe
drive
ask
a
your
car
mom.
when you're of legal age, you know.
you
Yes,
know,
yes, yes,
you
yes.
know what I'm saying.
We don't
Right.
age drive. No,
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if
Oh,
there's
go ahead.
something that you want to do,
Go
do
for
it.
it.
Even if it's like putting nails or doing extensions, I don't know. But just do it. Don't care what anybody has to say. Enjoy it. Live it. Because when you become an adult, it sucks. Okay? So
It's not easy.
live it and enjoy it and travel and experience everything that you need to in life. Because we only get one.
Yeah, we only get one.
Only one.
We only get one shot.
You only get one shot.
That's it.
You know what I'm
And it's a
saying?
wrap.
Yes.
Thank you again
it's
for
a
coming,
wrap.
though. Such an inspiration. Honestly, your story was amazing. I mean,
Thank you.
everybody's story is amazing.
Yeah.
In different ways, but
I knew she would be great. I was like, every time I go in there and like you're just your bubbly self,
I'm
and
so excited for
and
this
I'm sure
food.
you're stressed and everything, but you're still smiling and you're still, you know, offering such a friendly. Hey, they could say hi. Maybe they want to say hi.
yeah, come through.
But hey, this is real. This is live for us right now. But I love
Mom, guys.
Yes.
Mom life.
mom life.
Hey, look, like we said, we show the realness here.
Yeah, give us a like if you're a mom and you know.
That's
what it
right. Give us
feels.
a like, moms. You all know work from home is no joke. So like that. Share that. Because
Yeah.
moms,
Shout
we
out
do
my
it
mom.
all. That's right. Shout out our moms.
Shout out-
Moms, we love you.
Yes, yes,
Love you,
yes.
grandma. You know what I'm saying?
And this
That
year,
mamos.
and this year was tough. You know, we had to become, you know, stay-at-home teachers and take care of our children while at home and still continue working from home. So that's a whole nother episode too.
Girl,
'Cause,
yeah,
man,
definitely.
I want to talk about that soon. But thank you again,
Honestly.
girl, for
Yes,
being
no,
here.
thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it. Come check us out.
Yeah, we'll share your link of Breakfast Urbano. You're very
Thank you.
active on social media, but
sure.
you got to try the food. So we'll
Dream
definitely.
Hall,
Yeah.
Downtown Elgin.
Yes.
Come check it out.
Illinois, not Elgin, Washington. If you go over there, good luck. I don't know if you're gonna find it.
You in the whole wrong
Yeah,
place.
you in the-
Yes.
I mean, good luck. I mean, explore, I guess, but you're just not where you're supposed to be.
Right. Yes. You're not going to find the pancake rolls.
You won't. You won't.
But
But
again-
thank you so much, guys.
Yes.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Well, thanks again for everyone that chimed in on this Tuesday night podcast.
Yes, thank you guys.
Remember to like.
Subscribe.
Oh,
My son would say,
Yes.
smash that subscribe
Yes,
button.
smash it.
The bell.
Smash it, like, share, do everything, guys. Support our community.
Yes,
What
so
she
we could
said.
share her story as well.
Yes,
Thank you for being a story of hope tonight.
Thank you.
and we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Buenos
That's a wrap.
nachos.
And thank you to Cosmic Creations for making this story available to everyone out there on YouTube. We appreciate you, Ed.
Shout out my boy.
All right, have a good night.
Buenos nachos.